get into positions before the Franco does, right? But the Lolita's okay too. If ever he's feeling kind of wary, he just puts up the bulwark, then he should be fine.
So what's KLVJ gonna play?
I want to see
big questions.
What's the king? What's
he doesn't
the king?
look sure. Look at him.
Exactly.
I'd want to see a Farce or a Lilia. A lot of wave clear would be great. See what it is.
That's a 9-0.
I think it sounded like a Kagura.
Kagura,
Kagura.
All right.
All right, so we did mention, I believe, in a conversation, whether on or behind the scenes, Kagura on KLVJ is not bad. I would have thought as well maybe a Lilia would have been good.
Yeah. Blast
that Lolita from under and then make that Valentina maybe regret, oh God, I got black shoes.
That's true.
Oh yeah, that's another choice. But again, Yin Yang Overturn also very miserable to steal with the Valentina.
Yeah.
If you steal the Yin Yang Overturn, you have no choice to cast on site, right?
Exactly.
You can't move it to a different location. So pretty good counter if you think about it.
It's just around you. You don't get the umbrella.
All right, so 50-50. They may have beaten the Valentina Gambit.
Yeah.
One more look at the lineup. Here we go. We're about to be transported into the land of Dawn for game number 1. Vengeance fueled by vengeance. These teams have been going back and forth, getting one on the other. Can we see RSG get Omega for that round 1 victory? Here we go. It is for sure Jungle Battle, but where does Ryzen start?
Well, we're going to be seeing it there. I'd want to see him in the purple buff, maybe. Go for an upwards rotation. Yeah, there. And it's going to be, okay, this is a smart move for RSG. They're going to go for a double gold lane start. For now, you're going to see Light rotate out maybe by the purple buff if Omega decides to invade. Maybe go to the turtle. But I have a feeling here that Light might actually just stay here in the gold lane for as long as he can. Pressure Kelra early. Now, for the Valentina problem, yeah, the only very viable ultimate that I'd steal here if I was a Valentina would be, of course, the Bloody Hunt of the Franco.
Or Falling Star Moon, maybe. It's a second choice.
Oh!
Right now, though, again, problematic is the bottom lane. Even though Miko is there, can't really expect too much from a level 1 Franco.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Omega's trying to bank on with the top lane double gold start.
Yeah, and now RSG, they got that great start there in the bottom lane for Nas because of the great positioning of Aqua. After he cleared that mid lane minion wave, he immediately went into that shrub close to where Renjo was, and Renjo was just taken off guard.
Yeah, at this point, you're actually quite happy to just leave everybody on their own. I think both teams are actually quite happy. Oh, look at that. Half on the goal already on the outer turret energy shield. That's pretty big.
It's so clear. It translates. The way that a Dairoth wins against an Esmeralda, you can tell. Now look at this. Ryzen commits the lethal counter on that small camp. Well, with full knowledge that he knows he'll get it back in time for this turtle, about 15 seconds away.
Yeah, I can't remember a time when who actually thought of that? Who was the first person to think, you know what, Dairoth's pretty strong against Esmeralda. Let's stop picking Uranus against her. I love it when someone just flipped a light switch and that happened.
Yeah, just had that idea. Wait a minute.
Why am I forcing this?
Yeah. I don't need to fight forever. I can just kill that Esmeralda.
Push them out. Yeah. So.
Look
at that. Hook. It's a pretty early hook there. No Bloody Hunt available yet for Miko. So pretty much cut and dry here for RSG unless something happens. There he goes. So far, I think it's looking really good for RSG. At the same time, Omega doesn't really have a choice since the Franco doesn't have the ultimate. The Balmond is still stuck on farm mode. It's gonna take a while.
Man, that side lane matchup, safe to say, RSG's winning both, and that's what it results to.
Yeah.
The Dairoth just has the Esmeralda's number every single time.
Yeah, you got the confidence because you have the turtle, right? You have the turtle shield, and you have the additional damage. You're not afraid of a tower dive, especially if you have someone else around you that can help out.
And what I really like here is the rotations of Aqua. He's been hell-bent on actually helping out Nats in lane. So you're doubling the advantage that the Dairoth already naturally has against an Esmeralda. It's a great call by RSG. It allows him a little bit more control over the bottom half of the map against that Esmeralda. Let's see if Aqua will continue it or if RSG will decide to turn their attention towards the top side of the map to whittle down Kelra just a little bit.
Double down and double down hard because every other lane can afford it. Every other lane can kind of afford to just leave themselves around there. They're fine. Surprisingly, even the Claude right now, Eman,
And what
doing pretty good.
sucks? And what's on his hold up? Bloody
Look
Hunt.
at this. That's a great timing on the Bloody Hunt, although Nats will be able to dodge out of it. Lethal counter, not really in the right position. That lethal counter is weird, man.
Yeah.
That's why I was gonna say it's so unfortunate that even the second turtle is in a losing lane for Omega. It's so tough.
Yeah, they're gonna go around there all day long. They can do that all day. They won't even break a sweat, especially in this coming turtle fight, if the Esmeralda doesn't catch up anytime soon.
Yeah, so right now for RSG, they are in the lead because of their control in the side lanes. Great and decisive rotations by Light and specifically Aqua right now. They just made a great play up top to pressure out Kelra to force him to use out that flicker. So now the next rotation up top might be deadly for the gold laner of Smart Omega as the second turtle of the game is now up.
You know what? Omega says we are done. I don't want to play passive anymore, although they don't really have a choice. They will have to back off.
Ow!
We got a huge hammer down there from Light. Demon Kite secures that turtle, and Omega starts running.
Turtle 1, Turtle 2, all RSG. The whole map actually belongs to RSG.
Yeah, and right now I'm seeing the RSG that moves and plays like the RSG that won the MSC Championship and the MPL Philippines Season 9 Championship as well. RSG have definitely woken up in the second half of the season so far with what they have shown. Now as we look at the items, Renjo in such a dire situation has not even built the Enchanted Talisman yet. He is 900 gold behind the D-Roth, which has already built the Hunter Strike.
Oh man, a great hook there from Miko, obviously, but the DBS is going to be quite lacking. Not enough to finish off Demon Kite. Oh man, that was everything they had in the bag. And right now, though, there is going to be a follow-up. Nats might be in trouble. There's the Falling Star who locks him in position. KLVJ with a kill.
Man, it's like Demon Kite sold his soul to the demon, which is himself. How did he get away from that?
Sold his soul to himself.
Sold his soul to himself to get away from that Nats with such a heroic play. But that was a great response by Omega to at least take down Nats.
The right items and the right timings weren't there for Omega. They spent a little too much to even kill Nats there.
And on the top
Bloody
side,
Hunt.
they don't need to spend that much with Kelra going down on their turret. Aqua with the Bloody Hunt makes it so easy for them to pick it out of. So good.
Incredibly well with the rotations by RSG. They are setting the tempo. Omega's just playing it. They're finding plays. They're trying to make the plays to turn things around, but we've seen twice now it has not worked out for Omega. Little by little, as they catch up in the items, they'll be able to get those turnarounds, which RSG has to watch out for here. Light already picked up the Dominance Ice, so that's going to be great for the front line, for the slows, and for the utility that the item provides.
Had to go for the hook.
Oh.
And not really going to be in the moment there.
Ranged minion blocked it for Eman. If anything, I'm speaking to the barangay right now. Guys can expect that we're gonna have to look at Omega timers. That's the only way that Omega can come back because RSG are so good at ticking off these checkboxes. They're 3K ahead, about 7 minutes in, all turtles go into them. We got a Lord in about 2 minutes. Horizon's not doing anything. There's not enough damage for that lethal counter to make a difference.
That's true. It's really hard to make that kill happen when everyone's like always shielded with a turtle buff, right? And not to mention also very squishy ahead in the lanes. Even the Claude, who's supposed to be behind in gold, is right now ahead. Miko gonna be suppressed by his own ultimate there. Gonna be finished off by Aqua. Demon Kite on Kelra duty. He's not done. They want more. They want blood. Won't have the ultimates ready yet, but they are roaring.
Yeah.
They got some DPS on their pockets.
Renjo.
They're willing to use it. Under the turret, that's going to be Nats flickering in with their Bishop Strike. And the cleanup there from the rest of RSG. Nats will go down. That's a lot of damage being done to Omega.
1 kill away from a wipeout.
So close there, but man, what a dirty sequence by RSG. Actually dirty in the sense with how clean it was. The division of RSG to decide to, okay, once they saw Miko, it was Aqua saying, all right, I'm gonna get Miko, rest of you get Kelra. Once Demon got and Emma got Kelra, they were able to get Miko afterwards, although Aqua was the one who got it, but then they continued forward, they continued the sequence, and they knew that they had the advantage. They knew that they had the items, and they had the abilities to finish off Omega. 1 kill away from a wipeout, and that is a definitive lead by RSG. Omega will be looking for a massive turnaround at this point.
Bro, they're so confident. They fought with all their ultimates down. They used it on one wave. They were like, you know what, we can go. We
Yeah.
can keep going.
That's where you're seeing the gold lead. I mean, even basic attacks from RSG scare away Omega. And now I'm thinking, is there some frustration or is there some disconnect between Miko and Kelra? Because Kelra was fighting when clearly I saw the intent for Miko was just to protect Kelra. There was no way they were going to win that 2v4.
Well, doesn't seem to be, not much they can do about it right now. So even Ryzen can't really follow up even if they want to. That's a scary part.
Yeah.
I mean, even if Kelra wants to go one way and Miko in another, that's not usually how you want to go when you got a Franco. When you got a Franco, you got to go with a Franco, man.
The thing with the two lineups though is gonna be a hectic Lord fight all the time, especially if they're playing it really close, because there are so many ultimates across both team lineups to actually be able to steal that Lord away.
That's true. Even that hook and that snipe shot, if not blocked properly, could have actually stolen it.
Yeah,
That's
great
true.
block by Navs. Good thing he was standing there, stopping Omega from potentially stealing it away. And now RSG will have a very comfortable push into the half of the map of Omega. This will be very difficult for Omega to defend.
We're looking at possibly 2 turrets. They might even knock out a Holy Blessing, a shield pop within the inhibitors. What's scary here is RSG's minions are enhanced now. So that's damage that Omega has to watch out for. Nats.
Yeah, and they do have it. They do have some of that damage. They locked it in. They unloaded everything on the Nats. He was able to get taken out.
Run, Ryzen, run!
Ryzen could be in trouble. We got Demon Guide on the hunt. And that should be a very easy kill. No doubt
Darkness,
about
my
it.
old friend.
Smile for the camera. But wait.
Unless-
Unless.
No,
he
no,
pulls it down.
there we go.
All right, there you go. Smile for the cameras right there. And that's going to be a 1-for-1 again.
Man, Ryzen was doing his best Uranus
Yeah.
impression.
Oh, yeah.
They both technically spin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Except Uranus just spins like the discs around him. It's
Alright.
close.
Reminds me of Edward's Uranus last week. It was pretty big. You know,
Yeah.
that Uranus sacrifice play we saw in the top plays earlier.
Yep.
So I guess what Ryzen here was thinking was, yeah, I'll buy time. Well, I'll take away 1 hero from y'all so that you can take down the Lord. So I think this is best case scenario for OMG. They lose 2 tier 2s and keep their inhibitors, their shields.
Yeah, it should be a very easy clear, these minions, for Kelra as well as KLVJ.
Ooh. Wow, that still landed.
Right.
Great
Still
shot.
some nasty shots there from Kelra, as usual.
Yeah.
Always have to keep your eyes out open for that.
This might be a crucial spot right now in the bottom lane. But Esmeralda. Oh, Esmeralda. Renzo's gonna get hit.
There we go. We got 3 people typing on the Rezio, but RSG decides against it. Again, more what do you call that?
Control.
More control plays here.
Caution.
The C champs.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, everyone would have dove into there.
Yeah.
Normally. That's why it was weird to call. Anyway,
Yeah,
for the meantime, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
They got a pretty solid lead. I would keep it if I could.
Yeah. No, I agree with you though. I feel like taking that pinch onto Renzo in the bottom lane, like committing
Fuck
the, oh,
you.
I did. Oh no, not again.
We didn't do it in 3, let's do it in 4! Just to be sure. 5, make it 5 actually.
All of them.
It's all of them, man.
Oh man, that's what
Two
Renzo
times
just
the charm.
felt. Yeah. Not again. Not again.
The rope-a-dope-a-dope.
Yeah.
Because I think RSG really set that up well. Omega let go. Omega called off the counter engage.
Right.
And then RSG read into it like, they let go.
You
By
fell for it.
Renzio. And they even popped Renzio's sprint.
That's true.
Oh
I mean,
man.
Who does that, right? You fail once, everyone retreats, everyone goes back in.
Yeah.
It was just a funny interaction there. Obviously, that leaves the Lord open here. It's actually quite open, but still, everyone from Omega could still get in the position. Again, Omega don't really have that vision, so they're going to be using that Iron Hook to go for the checks.
Yeah. Good thing Omega's going through the mid lane because they don't have a lot of vision. RSG in the mid because they only see Renzo. They don't know KLVJ's there. They don't know where Kelra is either. Ryzen might be able to see this, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, here's a snipe getting ready. Obviously, this is going to be blocked out by Demon Kite, and he will secure it. Here comes the coming fight, though. That's going to be a cancel onto the Numenor Blast, but doesn't really matter that much. RSG's just going in. Demon Kite's so sturdy. Good DPS. There's the hook. Hits on Evan, and down he goes.
That's a Filipino Savage getting 2 on the way out. well, it is a trade for 3. They do lose the Lord, but again, when you're down this much against the Kingslayers, that's the best you can do.
Yeah, you take anything you can at this point, and they took quite a lot.
Yeah.
That stops this Lord push.
Now, in that situation, Omega got their primary target. I bet Eman, I think, it was either Nas or Akko who was right in front of him. And of course, I wouldn't blame the other members of RSG wanting to avoid that hook. But I think the moment Eman saw like the step aside, he was just like, oh no, it's right, it's coming for me, isn't it? And Miko, a fantastic play to flicker back, and then Kelra going for the catch, you know, getting that kill in as well. So this keeps the inhibitors, the base turrets alive for Omega right now. In terms of the items, you see Wind of Natures for both marksmen, but it's going to be the magic damage output that they have to watch out for both sides. You have a Kagura and a Valentina on the board, so that's something the Claude and the Beatrix has to watch out for as well. Interesting build here for the Valentina. Going for the Oracle first. So it will take a lot of hits from the Valentina for all the damage to apply, but there is a Genius Wand already, which should help for the Karina to have increasing amounts of magic damage. Don't forget that even though it's defensive items on the Karina, she still deals magic damage in the end.
Ooh.
You got a play here from RSG. It's a big one. The Numenal Blast just locks everyone in, and RSG just so good. That was funny because it was a backstep Numenal Blast.
Yeah.
I was going to say sidestep.
Interesting. You see the intent of Omega though. They saw that it was charging up, so they leaned into
Forward,
it.
yeah.
They leaned into it, but Light was a step ahead and he flickered back, caught 3 or 4 of them, and then you saw how KLVJ and Kelra was like, never mind.
That shocked me, to be honest.
You know what, Rockhard? It's a sidestep Numenon Blast to the back.
So it's a back step.
It is backstep.
Yes. In short form.
All right. Cool.
I'm just backing up Rockhard. He said sidestep earlier. I'm just going with that.
I actually got shocked. It looked like sidestep, but it's backstep.
Certain angles, if you look at it from a different way, it's a sidestep.
It's a side to the back. It happens in dance.
Anyway, that was a shocking play, obviously, overall for Light. Just when you thought that Omega could actually get back in this game, you know, they pull out something from the hat. It's a very weird trick, and it really took Omega by surprise.
Yeah, this is the brilliance that we're seeing. Omega with the catch!
My goodness!
What?
Of all the iron hooks to hit!
That's somebody's son! Oh!
Somebody's son.
Nats, I forgot. Does he have siblings?
The humanity.
That's somebody's cousin.
That's literally all of Omega just...
Of all the iron hooks to hit.
A pick-off is a pick-off, and I think it's good because Omega's a man up.
Yeah.
That's a 4v5 in this next Lord.
And they don't have to worry about their side lanes getting split pushed or getting pressured right now. So you see RSG playing the conservative route, but Light, this is great positioning by Light, but I think Omega has a bit of a sense that there is someone there. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Oh, that was very aggressive from Miko. Could have actually hit. If only. Of course, obviously your target is Demon Kai. He's very scary right now. He's got a lot of confidence, a lot of bravado.
Look where the Savages, look where Kelra's hanging out.
Ooh, that's the nasty push.
Light
retreat. Absorbs the full damage of the shotgun. Will not be enough to take him out. And Omega gets the Lord! Oh my goodness! Although right now it's going to be important for Omega to not fall off and not get picked off here by RSG.
Omega right now is on damage control. We got away with it. We stole the Lord and get the hell out of Dodge.
Omega are holding on. This is their identity. This is what they've been doing for how many seasons now? I don't think it fits in like in one hand for me to count. But RSG against one of their, at this point, one of their rivals, we can call it. Are reminded time and time again what it's like to face up against Omega no matter what lineup. But RSG are still holding on to this lead fantastically. Omega still have not found a massive push towards the side of RSG. RSG still has a bit of a gold lead, but it's getting close to the point where the gold doesn't even matter because Omega's catching up in the items. We're getting to the point where it will just boil down to execution, to surprise plays. Will RSG be able to catch Omega off guard with some crazy positionings, sandwich maneuver type, pincer maneuver type plays for team fights, or Omega, will they just pull something from out of nowhere?
Yeah, Omega's just known for scrappy play, and they're showing it. It's
Scrappy,
really in their
exactly.
DNA, man.
Yeah.
They will not let go of a game without, you know, making you suffer for it.
Yeah.
If they're on the back seat, if they're on the back foot, expect a very long game. That's just it. RSG though.
Conceal play for the rotation. They are now revealed, so at least it's just movement control. Being on the back foot for Omega is not a disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's a plot line.
True.
Yeah.
You know, your back is against the wall. Got more support for when you come out swinging.
Yeah.
That's just how Omega operates.
Spice. It's an ingredient.
Yeah.
Gotta watch here though. Ryzen picked up a winter truncheon. So he knows that when worst comes to worst, he really cannot go down. So buy that winter truncheon for safety. Demon Kite does not have that luxury to get that item. So it's full defensive, but if he goes down, he's rushing to build that immortality. He's on the way to it though.
I love it. I can see where Ryzen is coming from. What Ryzen wants to do is tranche and then use that 1-point-something seconds to find the perfect deadly counter. It could be the game changer.
It really could. I mean, it's something that Omega really needs to do just because RSG's offensive line is just scary. It's so hard to deal with. And they know when you want to go dive in for the lethal counter retribution. So maybe that's something to throw them off, right? I really like that. Prioritizing that even over a cursed helmet. It's just getting built up right now.
Yeah, and even more so now, RSG really needs to go for those pincer type maneuvers in team fights. You know, you need to have like 2 members trying to go to the back line of Omega. Because if they're not careful, KLVJ might be able to umbrella them in the face. No one pulled the trigger there. Great discipline by both teams.
We're going to be coming up in just 1 second right now. It's already up. And RSG, already aware of this. Gonna go ahead and start that off. They know where Renzio has been. They know that Ryzen's all alone here. Maybe if they speed up, maybe they can catch him by surprise. All the rest of the Omega are now starting to kind of corral around the area. Not really around the Lord itself.
Oh, Nats!
But right there! They go for a catch! Immortality getting popped from Nats there.
Safe.
No, maximizing Miko here.
Yeah, only 2 ultimates left on the board for Omega right now. They committed the law just for Nats.
Force him to go home though.
I don't know about that. We got a lot of bullets going out. Renzio, not really in position. Miko, great pull up. Omega just have to go and back off from the Blazing Duet. Ryzen could be in trouble. He is in no position. The retribution, beautiful pull there from Miko. But RSG still going to be able to clean this up quite nicely.
What?
They didn't have the ultimates. They didn't have the ultimates. When they saw Nats in mid lane, they blew 3 of them. The ultimate for the Beatrix, the Kagura, and the Franco. That was the right call by Omega to try and get that pick off onto Nats, but it was a gamble, and it was a gamble that they lost, and one that RSG was very happy that they only walked out of that with Nats down and the Lord.
Omega was so funny because they were inching, they were like puffing their chest that, you know what? We don't look like we don't have ultimates anyway, so let's go ahead and show
let's go ahead and
we're just
give it
a lot
shot.
of people.
We'll give it a shot.
The same trick, that same mindset of we'll pick off one and then we'll go from there. It won Omega some part of the late game, but now in the ultra late game, RSG picked up on it. RSG learns like, all right, Nats, you have an immortality, use it, we'll throw your body at them, and then we'll take it from there. And indeed, it is what got RSG this 4th Lord of the game and the 3rd for them overall. But so far, Omega is just hell-bent on defending. I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because right now, I mean, their firepower has to be focused. Because they can't really afford to spread their firepower around the map. They need to focus theirs on just one barrel, one funnel area, and that's all they can do. But they do have pretty good defense when they do that.
Yeah.
As long as RSG doesn't do any crazy splits, I think Omega should be fine.
Yeah, RSG, they're going to play this safely. They're up against a Franco and a Kagura. They're really watching their positioning. Did they even get to block the hook there? So just a few more hits there. I'm surprised they actually aren't taking it.
That's weird.
I'm surprised, like, at least I'm going to Nats didn't try it, but of course, I think this is just RSG really being careful.
Yeah, no BMI for Nats is kind of risky.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
Exactly, and at this point, like 22 minutes in, a pickoff is super costly. Like one pickoff will just be Omega suddenly pushing out of their base, and they'll just go, okay, it's 5 versus 4, we can do this. Because at this point in the game, they have all the items that they need. It's not fully built. You still see some of the roamers, the XP lane shuffling items around, but they've got their immortalities. They've got their core items. Anti-Cuirass already for light as well. Another Winter Truncheon on the board for Omega, now on the hands of KLVJ, their Kagura. It's just really down to execution at this point.
I'm thinking a couple more waves pushed out, and then Omega can finally leave their base, and then go for another concealed play. But light,
Yeah, I'm sure the RSG is aware that Omega needs to do that push out before the Lord area so they can get an advantage. That's why they're kind of corralling as well.
Yeah.
Omega, you know, you're not going anywhere. You gotta keep your eyes on us.
It's a clear win for RSG though,
Yeah, it
because
is.
by forcing Miko to use his conceal here,
Exactly.
they have another minute or so to think. All right, at least it's fair play. Whatever rotations they're going for, we'll see it coming.
They can't take us by surprise there.
Yeah. Well, it's a question though, if RSG will rush the Lord once it spawns, knowing the fact that there isn't a conceal for maybe the first 10 or so seconds of the Lord spawning that they can use to just really burst down that Lord. Because if RSG waits any longer, Omega will get the conceal back onto the hands of Miko, and Omega can go for a surprise play. Seems like they're not rushing it though, they're really just gonna wait for their time.
Yeah, 24 minutes doesn't seem like a long time for when you're watching an Omega game.
Yeah.
This is
Seems
normal. Totally
So
normal.
It's already been 24 minutes, it only feels like 10.
Normally games would normally end like 14, 15. What's that? That's not our game, says Omega.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep this going until we get a clear advantage.
Again, Omega timers. I said this about 10-15 minutes ago. You have to take it into the ultra late game, and indeed they did. At 17-7, Omega have done so well to hold on, but RSG doing so much better at taking this Lord very, very disciplined. Oh, fourth in.
Oh man,
Oh,
be bad.
look at me going kill Rico.
Everyone's kind of pinchering in right now with the Numinal Blast secures that Lord. Although Miko could be in trouble. You got a lot of people from Omega just keeping their distance.
The burst.
Miko with the burst onto M-Man. Straight up, laser precision.
Oh!
Takes him out. Got more damage coming in from Nats there. Obviously gonna take out Miko. Ryzen with the ultimate immortality will get popped. Got Aqua, good DPS there with Kelra still alive.
It's not over though. They're still
Not
going.
over. Omega's pretty healthy. Kelra is in trouble
Oh,
though.
this is it. Look at the mid.
Oh, and
that's
Kelra
it.
gets bombed by the Abyss of Strike,
yeah.
and the rest follow. It's just the showstopper left standing in the base is in peril. The Lord is
Get
taking
back.
his time. Oh.
He's getting chased off. Renzio not going to be in time here for the Lord take and finishes off with a base. That's a 1-0 so far for RSG.
Kingslayers were in control about minute 4 or 5 of this